Eiffel Tower. Named after engineer Gustave Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower was designed and built from 1887 to 1889 by his company. It was built to crown the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. Being 1,083 feet tall, it is the tallest structure in Paris and was the tallest human-made structure in the world until 1930 when the Chrysler Building in New York City was finished. However, in 1957, when an antenna was added to the top of the tower, it became slightly taller than the Chrysler Building. The Eiffel Tower has 3 levels for visitors, with the first and second levels having restaurants. Each hour after dark, the tower becomes illuminated, giving Paris the nickname City of Light. Replicas of the tower have been built across the world, like in England, Tokyo, and Las Vegas. The Great Wall of China. The longest wall in the world, the Great Wall of China was built across many centuries, starting in the 7th century BC, with some of its best parts being built during the Ming Dynasty. It now measures at around 13,170 miles in length. Throughout history, the wall has been used as defense against various nomadic groups, border control, encouragement of trade, and controlling immigration. A well-known myth is that the wall can be seen with the naked eye from the moon, but this has been debunked. Popular sections of the wall to visit include the Mushianyu section, which has been fully restored and is the longest part open to tourists, and the Jiankyu section, which offers a challenging hike with close views of nature. The Great Pyramid of Giza. Located near the Nile River and the largest of the Egyptian pyramids, the Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the ancient 7 wonders of the world as well as the oldest, being built around 4,500 years ago, and the only one still standing. It was built to serve as the tomb of Pharaoh Khufu, which demonstrated his status and retained his place in society. A popular misconception is that it was built by slaves, but modern discoveries suggest that it was built by thousands of laborers. There is no definite consensus on the exact construction techniques for the pyramid. The Colosseum. Located in the center of Rome, the Colosseum was constructed starting in 72 AD under Emperor Vespasian and finished in 80 AD under his son Titus. It could accommodate an estimated 50,000 to 80,000 spectators who would witness gladiatorial contests and public spectacles such as animal hunts, reenactments of famous battles, and mock sea battles. In the early medieval era, it stopped being used for entertainment and was later reused for purposes such as housing, workshops, and as a fortress. Over time, the Colosseum has been ruined by earthquakes and stone robbers, but is a popular tourist attraction with links to the Catholic Church, and has had restorations to its structure since 2013. Statue of Liberty. Located in New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty was a gift to the United States from France in the 1880s and is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the U.S. This gift was to mark friendship between the two countries and be a symbol of democracy. After getting dedicated in 1886, the statue became an icon of freedom and a symbol of welcoming immigrants. Since it's located on an island, the only way to visit the statue is by ferry. Replicas of the statue can be found in locations such as Paris, Spain, and Japan. Sydney Opera House. Widely regarded as Australia's most recognizable building, the Sydney Opera House is known as one of the busiest performing arts venues in the world, hosting events such as operas, ballets, and theater. It was formally opened by Queen Elizabeth II in 1973 and now hosts over 1,500 performances and is visited by at least 8 million people annually. Leaning Tower of Pisa. Known for its nearly 4-degree lean, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is the freestanding bell tower of the Pisa Cathedral in Italy. Construction on it began in the year 1173 and took almost 200 years to complete. During this construction, the tower began to lean because the soft ground underneath could not properly support the weight. It contains 7 bells, each attributed to a note of the major musical scale. Golden Gate Bridge. Located in San Francisco, California, this bridge spans 1.7 miles and links San Francisco to Marin County. When it opened in 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge became the longest and tallest suspension bridge in the world, and kept those titles until the years 1964 and 1998, respectively. Along with automobiles, it also carries pedestrian and bicycle traffic. The bridge has undergone various improvement projects since it opened, mainly due to knowledge of the effects of earthquakes. Stonehenge. Located in Salisbury, England, Stonehenge is a prehistoric stone circle that is believed by archaeologists to have been constructed from around 3100 BC to 1600 BC. Regarded as a British cultural icon, it has been legally protected since 1882. It has been debated how and why Stonehenge was built, with many theories surrounding it. These include that Stonehenge was built as a symbol of peace and unity, as well as that it was used as a religious site. Researchers have discovered that the monument has unusual acoustic properties, as some stones that are part of it would produce a clanging noise when struck. In certain ancient cultures, these kinds of rocks were believed to have mystic or healing powers, relating to a hypothesis that Stonehenge was a place of healing. Taj Mahal. Located in the city of Agra, India, the Taj Mahal is a white marble mausoleum that was built in the 1630s and 40s to serve as the tomb for the wife of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, and eventually serving as a tomb for him as well. The building is surrounded by large gardens, defensive walls, and other mausoleums. It is considered one of the best examples of Mughal architecture and a symbol of Indian history, gaining global attention and attracting millions of visitors. Mount Rushmore. Located in South Dakota, Mount Rushmore is a colossal sculpture of 4 American presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Respectively, they represent the country's birth, growth, development, and preservation. It was sculpted from 1927 to 1941 by sculptor Gutzen Borglum and his son Lincoln. To maintain it, mountain climbers have to monitor and seal cracks annually. There have been disputes over the land Mount Rushmore was built on, since it was illegally taken from the Sioux Nation by the United States, with the Sioux continuing to demand the land back. Easter Island. Located in the Pacific Ocean 2,200 miles west of Chile, Easter Island is most famous for having nearly 1,000 moai statues, which are monolithic human figures carved by the early Rapa Nui people. The island got its name from how it was discovered on Easter Sunday. It is one of the world's most remote inhabited islands and is also a volcanic island with 3 extinct volcanoes. Big Ben. A clock tower in London, England, Big Ben is one of the most important symbols of the United Kingdom. Big Ben is actually a nickname, with the real name of the tower being Elizabeth Tower, formerly called the Clock Tower, with Big Ben being the name of the largest bell in the clock. The tower was designed by architect Augustus Pugin and completed in 1859. Along with the largest bell that chimes every hour, The tower has 4 smaller bells, each chiming every 15 minutes. Buckingham Palace. Also located in London, Buckingham Palace serves as the official residence and administrative headquarters of the monarch of the United Kingdom, currently King Charles III. It was originally a large townhouse built in 1703 for the Duke of Buckingham and was enlarged during the 19th century. It now has 775 rooms, including bedrooms for the royal family and staff, a post office, a movie theater, and a doctor's office. Tourists can come inside the palace every summer and for limited times during the fall and winter. Machu Picchu. An ancient Incan citadel located in Peru, Machu Picchu sits on a mountain ridge at nearly 8,000 feet above sea level. It is often referred to as the lost city of the Incas. There are no existing written records regarding the details of this citadel during its period of active use, such as the uses of the buildings and their inhabitants. Based on radiocarbon dating, it was occupied from 1420 to 1532 and is now a preserved site with many tourists. The Acropolis. An ancient citadel located in Athens, Greece, the Acropolis contains the remains of several ancient buildings, including the Parthenon, a former temple. The construction of these buildings was overseen by Greek politician Pericles during the 5th century BC. Every 4 years, there was a festival that was as popular as the ancient Olympic Games, in which a procession traveled through the city of Athens and ended on the Acropolis, where a new robe was placed on a statue in one of the buildings. Over the centuries, the Acropolis has decayed from age, pollution, and war, and a restoration project was started in 1975 to reverse this decay. Christ the Redeemer. Located in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Christ the Redeemer is a statue of Jesus Christ. It was built between 1922 and 1931 and stands at 98 feet high. The statue needs to be maintained periodically due to strong winds, erosion, and lightning strikes. It remains a symbol of Christianity around the world and is a cultural icon of Rio de Janeiro and Brazil. Grand Canyon. Located in Arizona by the Colorado River, the Grand Canyon stretches 277 miles, is over a mile deep, and has been carved by the Colorado River over millions of years. Settlements within the canyon were built by the Native Americans who inhabited it over thousands of years. The Grand Canyon is known as having some of the cleanest air in the United States, but can be affected by air pollution. It is contained within Grand Canyon National Park, which has several major ecosystems which are home to many plants and animals. Visitors tend to visit 2 parts of the canyon, the South Rim, which is more popular, and the North Rim, which is harder to get to. Mount Fuji. Located on the Japanese island of Honshu, Mount Fuji is an active volcano that is the tallest mountain in Japan at nearly 12,400 feet tall. It is still considered active despite being dormant since its last eruption in 1707. It is a cultural icon of Japan with a shrine at its peak for thousands of Japanese people to climb to each summer to worship at. Angkor Wat. Located in Cambodia, Angkor Wat is a Hindu-Buddhist complex that is considered the largest religious structure in the world. It was built from the year 1122 to 1150 originally as a Hindu temple, gradually transforming into a Buddhist temple by the end of the century. It is considered a prime example of the architecture of the Cambodian people, known as Khmers, and is even featured on the Cambodian flag. Petra. Located in southern Jordan, Petra is an ancient city that was settled by the Nabateans, a nomadic Arab people, in the 4th century BC. It was established as a major regional trading hub, earning the Nabateans substantial revenue. In 106 AD, Petra was seized by the Romans, and over time, its importance declined and was abandoned until the year 1812, when it was rediscovered by Swiss traveler Johann Ludwig Burckhardt. It drew the attention of people who were interested in the ancient history of the Nabateans and archaeological researchers, and is now a symbol of Jordan. Thanks for watching.